Hi everyone, I'm back today with another handbag review. Today I am reviewing the Chanel Perfect Edge Tote. As you can see here, this is the Perfect Edge Tote from the fall 2012 seasonal collection. It has been discontinued. I believe it was discontinued about 2015, so it's no longer available in the stores, but I did purchase this pre-loved in excellent condition from Fashion File. And this is my third purchase from Fashion File. The first time I ordered was the Chanel Walk, the wallet on chain, which I plan on doing a review of in the next couple of weeks. I love, love, love that bag. It's in pristine condition, and so I had a really, really positive experience with Fashion File, and they made me a fan. So the second time I ordered a Saint Laurent Sac de Jour bag in the nano size, which is the smallest. It was beautiful. It was in excellent condition, but for a variety of reasons, I decided to return it, and I can talk about that too in a separate video. But today, we are focusing on this beauty here. Again, the Chanel Perfect Edge Tote, my pre-loved order from Fashion File. I just received it last night, and I really haven't had much time to spend with it, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So if you were interested in a tote bag for work, let's say, or you just were looking for a bigger bag and didn't want to go with the classic flaps or the smaller mini bags, this is a beautiful option. I had researched and considered the GST, which obviously is also discontinued, as I'm sure many of you know, but was super popular for many years, and a lot of people have it. It's a similar size as this one. This particular bag is 14 inches in length, 10 inches tall, and a little under 5 inches wide. It's about 4 and 3/4 inches wide here. So it's very similar to the GST. The GST, I think, is just ½ inch shorter in length, so just a tad bit shorter in length. And the same in terms of the height. I think it's about a ½ inch shorter, but then there's more depth. It's just a sort of wider, thicker bag at the bottom. So it is, slightly different. Like I said, the GST, there are a ton of reviews out there if you're interested in looking up the specs on the GST. I've not seen anyone wear this bag, and I do tend to go for bags that are a little less, I don't know what to say, not less available, but just less out there. I don't like to see the bags that I own on every single shoulder that I see on the streets of New York. I don't mind if other people have the same thing as me. Obviously, a lot of people like the same type of styles, but I just don't like to see it everywhere. That is exactly why I have avoided the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I've never gravitated towards that bag. It is too big for me. I don't like to carry a lot anyway, but I just see it so much that I've gotten a little sick of it. It looks great, and I'm sure it serves its purpose for a lot of people, but it's just, it's everywhere, for me at least, so I'm going to avoid bags like that. And this bag, like I said, I haven't seen, and because it is discontinued, you will likely not see very much of it. I've seen the flat bags from the Perfect Edge collection. They are also gorgeous. I think the feature that really stands out from this collection is the burgundy edging. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Try to get a closer look here. There's like this very, very subtle but gorgeous burgundy lining all along the bag on the edges. And then the hardware on these bags are a little different. They are the aged gold, really, really pretty. And because this bag is used, although it's in excellent condition, there is some tarnish on some of the hardware, but because it's aged, it just sort of looks natural. It looks like it's supposed to have that kind of I don't know, darkening. So I don't mind it at all. Whereas if it was a shinier hardware, it would bother me if there was this sort of blackening happening. Blackening happening. Okay, so the bag surprisingly is pretty light considering, the chains are pretty hefty. And the size of the bag, it is a tote, so I thought it was going to be too heavy, but it's actually not. It's fine, and I put it on my shoulder. It feels really comfortable. One of the things that I have heard people complain about with the Chanel GST is that the straps don't stay on and they slip off your shoulder, which really would drive me crazy. It's similar to my first video that I made on the MZ Wallace Max Tote. I purchased the Max Tote instead of the more popular Metro Tote because, again, for the Metro, there was a lot of feedback that the straps would not stay on the shoulder. And I'm a walker. I'm always rushing through the streets in the city. I'm hardly driving anywhere. I'm always walking, busing, subway. So if somebody bumps into me or for no reason, if the straps start to fall off my shoulder, that would start to really irritate me. That would bother me. So this bag stays put for the most part. Now, again, I've only had this for a few hours. I just received it last night, but I tested it out on my shoulders with a sweater on. I tested it out with a bare shoulder, like with wearing a tank top, and it was fine. I guess because they're more pliable than the GST shoulder straps are. This is caviar leather, whereas a lot of people like the this is the calfskin leather, which is more supple, and the GST oftentimes in the caviar is just more firm and a little bit more rigid. So I could see how if it doesn't mold to your shoulder, it could slip off more easily. And I think these shoulder straps are also a little bit thinner and they just kind of place neatly in the crook of my shoulder. So it hasn't been an issue, but there is a problem. The problem is I ordered this bag in the middle of the night while I was riddled with insomnia, which happens often. I can't get to bed, and then I do a big no-no, which is to flip through my phone, go on to various websites, and the night that I ordered this, I was on the Fashion File website, and I hadn't seen this before, and I was like, whew, this is gorgeous. This is not the GST, and it's also not the newer Classic Tote version, which is obviously much more expensive if you buy it brand new. I think it's upwards of $5,000. This, in excellent condition, I paid $2,550 plus New York sales tax and all that, so it came out to a little over $2,700. But I thought that's like half the price of a brand new Chanel Classic Tote. And then the GSTs in similar condition were selling for about $2,900, probably because that's a better known bag and it's just in greater demand. So I thought, what a fantastic deal. I wasn't looking for a tote bag, but I thought, hey, why not? And there's only one of these. I better snatch it up. It's like the psychology of impulse buying. I guess I did it. I was sleepy. I had insomnia. I was not thinking, and I pressed buy. So I got the bag, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's everything that Fashion File said it would be. It's this gorgeous puffy. Do you see that? It's so puffy. Every part of the quilting is so soft and so puffy and so beautiful. When I look at the front of the bag, I can't even believe that somebody owned this because there's no flattening of the quilting, and that does happen to some of the Chanel bags over time. This is what I really, 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 really wanted, the turn lock. Like I mentioned before, I have the Chanel wallet on chain, and it's a button snap, so I don't have this turn lock. And the other Chanel bag I have, which is really quite old, is a totally different style. It's a hobo, and I can talk about that in a separate video, but I don't own a Chanel bag with the turn lock, and I just thought it was so neat, especially because it's a tote, and usually the totes either have a sort of like the GST has a zipper compartment in the middle, but then the sides are wide open. Or other totes that you look at from different brands oftentimes are just a big, wide, gaping hole. And I thought, wow, look at this huge piece of leather here. It's such a nice piece of leather, and it really secures the bag if you are out and about in a crowded area or even traveling with it. If you're going on business trips, you can put a bunch of stuff in here and not have to worry that anyone is going to get into it or that anything's going to spill out. So I love that feature. And then I will try to show you the inside. It's a bit dark. It's the classic burgundy in the fabric. Oof, I don't know if I can show you. There is a nice sized zipper. Can you see that? There is a zipper. It's a very, very smooth zipper. A lot can go in there. My entire hand. You can put whatever you need. The authenticity card and this little envelope with information came with it as well, and I just store that in there. And then on the other side, I'm sorry, the lighting is a bit wonky, but there is a small pocket here that would be perfect for a card holder, or if you want to put lotion or a lip balm. And then there's a slightly larger pocket here that my entire hand could fit in, where you could put your phone or any other things you want to keep separate from the main compartment. And in the main compartment, there's also this great key hook. So you can just hook that on. It's just really nicely done. Very classic, simple, minimalist, but it's Chanel, right? And then, of course, the Fashion File tags. If you've ever ordered from Fashion File, everything they send you will come with this really bright pink tag that says remove the tag and own the bag, which means you can only return this for a refund if the tags are secured in place. If you take the tag off, you cannot return it. So here's my dilemma, and here's why I haven't removed the tags. Because this was a complete impulse purchase, and I don't need a tote. I am a mini bag girl. I like to sling things on my shoulder or crossbody, and I love things that are super light. I don't like to carry a lot, and I don't need this bag. And I was worried. I said to my husband, if this bag arrives and it's really pretty, there's going to be a problem because I'm going to want to keep it. My heart wants to keep this bag, but I know the rational side of me tells me I don't need this bag, and this is not the bag I was looking for. I actually have been eyeing the Chanel mini rectangle. There's some background noise, there's some sirens. I'm in New York City, there's always sirens, so please excuse the background noise. But I am eyeing the mini rectangle, and when I go to the store, they don't have my color combination. I wanted in the black lambskin, and they usually don't have that. They have other colors that are beautiful, but not, just not what I want. I want what I want, right? Everybody wants what they want. And the black lambskin and the silver hardware is what I am holding out for. And there were a couple that I saw on Fashion File, but they weren't exactly in the right condition. Even if they say excellent condition, there might be a couple of little scratches and nicks here and there that I wasn't cool with. Or if they were in much better condition, the price was significantly above retail, which I'm not in the mood to do at this point. I don't need the bag that badly. Actually, I don't need any bag, right? But I don't want it that badly, so I will be patient. But in my trying to be patient, I went ahead and did this. I ordered this. My impulse Chanel. So I need to return it. It's not meant for me. There's no place for this in my collection. I can't think of where I would wear it. I would not wear this to work, just because I don't bring a lot of things to work. I'm not someone to carry my laptop around. I usually just need my phone, my keys, a lip balm, and a card holder where I just put my Metro card, a couple of cards, and some bit of cash, and my work ID. That's it. And even the smallest of small mini bags will work for me, and it's super light, hands-free if I throw it on crossbody. Right after work, I pick up my kids from school. I can hold both of their hands. I don't have something slipping off my shoulder. I don't have a big bulky bag bumping into them. The only time that I really wear large bulky bags is if it's really bad weather. So if I need to shove an umbrella in there or some scarves and gloves, I will do that, but I will not do that to a gorgeous Chanel bag like this. I wouldn't do that. I bought my MZ Wallace tote, my Max tote for that. If you're interested, there is a video I uploaded about a week ago. It's water resistant, it's really weatherproof, it's super light, and the price point is such that I won't lose my mind if it gets damaged. Whereas this one, I wouldn't lose my mind if it gets damaged, but I really wouldn't want it to get damaged. And I wouldn't put a whole bunch of wet stuff in here, and I wouldn't drag it through bad weather. And I certainly wouldn't put my laptop in here because I would worry that this would start to warp. But I know tons of people who have the Chanel GST, and they do put their work laptop. So it's just really your preference for how you want to use it. But if you are in the market for a Chanel tote bag, but you don't necessarily want the GST or the more recent Classic Tote that's upwards of $5,000, I say this is an amazing alternative. Just amazing. It's so pretty. It's so soft, but it's calfskin, so it's much more durable than if you were to get lambskin. Obviously, caviar is even more durable, but I think that caviar has a different look. It sometimes looks much more casual. It just has a more, it has a tougher look to it, and this is a very feminine look and a very soft look that I think lambskin lovers would really enjoy, except that it's calfskin. And here, do you see the back here? There are some indentations, and there's this almost like a smile. This was listed on the Fashion File site as being in excellent condition, but they did note that there were indentations and faint scuffs. Because I was in my sleep-deprived insomniac state, I didn't do my usual due diligence, which is to zoom in on every single photo available on the site and really study every inch of the bag. I didn't do that this time, and shame on me, because when I went back after receiving the bag and noticing this, I went back onto the Fashion File site to see, did they really feature this photo and show this? And they did. So credit to them. They are very precise. So I just didn't see it. And I don't really like the fact that there is that much of a noticeable indentation. It's quite large. It's not on the front, so when you're wearing the bag, nobody will see it. And frankly, the bag itself is so gorgeous, you'll probably forget that there are even indentations. This might be why the bag is marked down to such a great price. I mean, for a large leather Chanel tote that's discontinued in excellent condition to be $2,550 is actually a really good deal, right? I feel like it was this strap that pushed against here, maybe. It almost has that shape, but I don't know. Doesn't it? It kind of looks like these little... Yeah, I feel like it was like this. Anyway, so whoever owned this previously must have accidentally pressed the handle up against the back of the bag or packed it maybe in a suitcase for a long period of time, and the indentation just never really puffed back out. But other than that, this is a fantastic bag, and I am returning it. I will will myself to return this gorgeous bag. I will probably ship it back today so that I'm not tempted to keep it, because I have a tendency where if I keep something for more than, let's say, 24, 48 hours, I get attached. And I really am taking a more minimalist approach to everything that I purchase these days. I really want to love it, enjoy it, but also be able to use it a lot. It has to be practical for my lifestyle, my life stage. And maybe when my kids were much younger and they were in diapers and I had a lot of supplies and snacks and bottles and toys, I would have rationalized that I could use this kind of bag and fill it to the brim. But my kids are older, slightly older now, and I don't need to pack much for them at all. So I don't have use for this bag. I really don't. So it is going back. The last time I returned something to Fashion File, I noticed that it was back up on the website probably maybe in about a week or 10 days or so after they received it. So it should be back up soon. And I noticed that they posted it with the exact same price. So if you are looking for a Chanel tote, in particular this in this combination, black calfskin with the aged gold hardware, the beautiful leather shoulder straps, the burgundy edge, some really nice sturdy feet at the bottom, good size, turn lock CC, classic burgundy on the inside, 3 interior pockets, 1 with the zipper, 2 open ones, and the key chain. I mean, it's a great bag. Can't argue with that. I would say give it about 10 days and then check out the Fashion File website, type in Chanel Perfect Edged Tote, and this will pop up. And it can be yours. From me to you. And I hope whoever does purchase this bag loves it and enjoys it and gets great use out of it. It's just not for me. And actually making this video helped because I was able to talk through how I was feeling, and now I know for sure that I do need to return it. And I will just be patient until I get my Chanel mini rectangle, and I'll do a review on that bag when the time comes. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this a thumbs up if it was helpful, or if you liked the video, and I would love if you would subscribe, as I'm new to YouTube, but I'm really enjoying making these videos, and I'm really enjoying interacting with you guys and answering questions and reading your feedback in the comment section. So if you'd like to follow my future videos and just be part of this community of fun reviews and just sharing goodies and eye candy, I would love for you to subscribe. Thank you so much. Till next time. Bye.